Hello everybody all over the world. Hey, and welcome to the HiGPS number 248 Sniper Basics. So we'll look at the basics of Sniper. Of course, I am a Sniper main with God knows how many thousands of hours on the class. I should actually have checked this before this, but we're gonna go through the basics and see exactly how this works. So we're just gonna go straight into what every Sniper main should do before doing anything, and that is actually just to be in the game, as you can see here. Now there is something called advanced options that you should look at. It has a lot of interesting features, but one thing that is very important for the Sniper, if I can remember where this thing is, yes. This thing is usually on by default. You should turn this thing off, so that way you don't zoom after every shot, and when you try to run away after firing a shot, it won't get you killed, basically is what that means. So, without further ado, let's go into the first demo. And also, I gotta say, I did make a big goof on the Discord server because I managed to prune, not that I knew what that was at the time, but kick basically anyone that was inactive for 1 day on the Discord, which was 128 people. So if you suddenly got kicked from the Discord, well, just join at any point in time, because it was just my sheer and utter incompetence that was the reasoning for that. So let's get started by going into the first demo that is going to be showcasing what a lot of snipers feel when they're playing, and that is against other snipers. So this is 5 CP. I'm just going to fast forward until we get to the middle point here. And for a Sniper basics, what do you do in scenarios like this? You jump up and there's two. There's two snipers. Shit. What do? Well, you kill one and then the other guy kills you, and that's it. So that's how basically 2v1 snipers work, is that you get one and then you die. A lot of people have, of course, seen the Lazy Purple video on how it feels to play Sniper, which is pretty darn good video. I mean, he covers some parts, but not all of the basics. So we're gonna look at it, and I have, of course, my whiteboard over here that I won't show anymore. But basically, we're gonna look at the following, which is to 1, stand in the back. All right, you're a Sniper, you're supposed to have teammates in front of you. You're a support class, and that's exactly what you're gonna do. You're gonna support. So this is Deco, playing here with the Hitman's Heatmaker. Gets a nice first kill here. You can activate the focus, which I recommend you always do, which is the whole purpose of the game. If you have focus, use it, as long as there is people to shoot. And then he's just standing around here. You can see there's something happening, and he's looking around. You can see we get the information that the heavy was sniped, which means there's a counter sniper, but we are opting to just not really do anything. So we're being very passive. We're staying inside spawn, and we're just looking at, like, who's gonna go here? Well, nobody really. So we see a sentry, and we somehow miss it. That's fine. I'm gonna go towards the left-hand side, and we're working this angle here. But it's going to be a bit of a problem because our teammates keep dying whenever they just walk out of spawn. And we're looking for something. We're spending a lot of time not really being present in the game, which is very common for, I would say, low-tier snipers. This is very common. We think, like, I'm just gonna hold on this area. Oh shit, I missed. All right, so gonna go and wait. Someone is going to walk here eventually, and then I'll shoot them in this tiny, tiny gap. Wait. Wait. Oh, that was a medic. Wait. Oh, I got him! Fucking worth it! Boom! And in the meantime, if you would have, like, you know, ran up and pushed the cart and done basically anything but just standing in this spot, you would have killed probably other guys than just one medic. But that medic is fine. So what do we do when we get this kill? Well, we whiff it and we miss the second medic kill, but we're gonna stay and occupy this spot in spawn, making sure that we can't get back to, oh, this is, fine, we missed it. All right, so we have focus, which basically what makes us want to be in the front more than this. But we are body shotting soldiers, and we could, at any point in time, just run out of spawn and see what else the enemy has, but, well, we're not gonna do that. Well, now we're gonna do that, yes. So we're gonna run out, Let's see what they have. Activate focus would have been great. Well, it hits the medic, that's fine. And then we see someone shoot. Oh, there's a sniper. Oh, we got the sniper. Oh, we got backstab. We should have stayed in spawn. You can see his team consists of 4 snipers and a spy, so they got this covered. So we're actually gonna go a bit further in this demo because that was the first life. I guess that was not the tick you wanted to see. If you're submitting stuff to me, please include the tick in the file name of the demo. If you include it in the text file, that text file might get lost. So here's a couple of minutes later. Same guy at Deco. He's just gonna go and look around and see what he sees. I'm just slowing down. Oh, there's a pyro. Totally meant to kill that scout. All right, fine. So there's a pyro. We have fire resistance and we can't afterburn, so we're gonna use that by not engaging the pyro. We could have used any other unlock, and that makes sense. So then we're just gonna run back here where spies roam, because you know spies are close to our spawn usually. Try and shoot this pyro, and then get stabbed. All right, so as for the basics, let's look. He did stay in the back. In fact, he was inside spawn. You can't get much further back than that. The second is get kills. Yeah, he got some kills. I mean, he did get a medic. That's always good. But there was a lot of time where he was basically non-existent in his team. And that is something with the sniper because you're ranged and you aren't actively occupying space, like let's say a soldier or a heavy. Like if you see a heavy, you're like, oh, I'm not gonna go close to that guy. But if you see a sniper and he's like, get him, kill the sniper, easy. And you're also supposed to, you know, support your team, have someone in front of you, take your time. Well, he definitely took his time. He wasn't rushing for sure. And he was locking a sightline. He had like this tiny little square that he was occupying, except that square was so slim and so small that he hardly got anything done. So that was Deco. So let's look at Arctic Avenger and see how he does the sniper basics, because we have them here, like I said. Stand in the back, get kills, support your team, have someone in front of you, take your time, don't rush, and also lock down a sniper sightline. So here, this is probably one of the best examples where his team is making it very, very easy for him to just stay in the back and snipe. So he's staying back here. Of course, having a sentry as a spotter, like a sentry in your vicinity, is really good because if a spy saps it, you will hear it and stuff like that. So then he decides to go up here and stand, and he has a very good, like this is so easy. He has like, the enemies will focus the medic, which now died, but then the heavy, and he can potentially pick up someone. But there really isn't anyone like super important to shoot at this point. Like as a sniper, your job is to get kills, yeah, but it's also important to kill classes that matters. That pyro, probably not the biggest of threats, but oh, hey, a heal beam. Ah, there's a medic, right? So we know there's a medic there. All right, charge the shot, Ah, missed. Well, we did get the assist on that. And we'll also, the way we're positioning ourselves with the wall limits the angle at which spies can get to us. Almost kills that medic. Oh, we're just looking. Teammates in front, medic in front, makes you basically invisible because everyone is so focused on killing medics. Lands a nice charged body shot on the demo, gets away. That's fine, we're still in the back. And we kill a guy that was predictable. You know, teammates or enemies that are otherwise preoccupied with someone else than you or getting shot, hurt enemies will run a lot more predictable than those who have full health. So he's still hanging here. Like, he's doing just fine. He's watching the payload, shooting the guys that get close to it. There really isn't much else for him to do here. Then he's taking his time. This is a shot, that's fine. He's like, yeah. Shot the invisible spy, whoop whoop. Then goes back to the dispenser. And then back up here. I'm not sure what type of secondary he uses, but regardless. Sees the medic. Oh. Looking around for spies. Oh, we saw a spy. Spy's around here somewhere. Using the SMG. Oh, he's there. All right, so we're not going to chase him. We're just going to stay in the spot because you know he has to come back at some point. And then the spy, as you can see here, XXX is actually dead. So if you pay some attention to this, it doesn't have to spy check anymore because the spy's dead. The game actually gave you the information that you needed. So then he does what I like to do, is just to stay in the back, charge up your shots, look for someone dumb to kill, and he's like, is the spy back? Thought I heard something. If you thought you heard something, check your back. Oh, there's another sniper. And also his team is just absolutely destroying them, and the reason is that they have one sniper and one spy, and for the most part guys that does a shit ton of damage. And the enemy team, you know, isn't the biggest of threats. I mean, they don't seem that coordinated or that keen on helping them each out that much, but then again they have Russians on their team, so what do you expect? Everyone who's ever played Counter-Strike or with Russians are like, yeah, I absolutely know what you're talking about. And then you go like this, and they win, they capture. In a situation like this, where you're already on a good team, and the enemy spy sucks, and the enemy sniper sucks, it's gonna make your life very easy as a sniper. Just staying in the back, taking your time. And it doesn't really matter if you miss your shot or don't kill anyone, because your competent team will kill whoever you can't, and vice versa. So, good stuff all around. Yeah, so let's look at Fenrir. We have a couple of him, and we're gonna see how he plays sniper. Right. So, someone is like, hack versus hack. Okay. So then we go out, and we see, oh, someone's up there. Well, we're staying in the back. Okay. Pick our targets. Oh, Razorback. That means no overheals, bitch. And then I want you to pay attention to this guy. Right here. This guy. Feast your eyes on that guy. So we're gonna slow it down. It's not even looking at us. Cheaters do love playing sniper. It's just a little tip. I mean, if guys, I've seen that a lot when there seems to be like a cheater wave right now. There's a lot of guys that keep shooting at you when they don't look at you. They just flinch like super quickly. So this is Fenrir once again. And he's in a situation where his presence actually doesn't make a lick of difference, because as a sniper, it's important to pick, you know, key targets. People that are, you know, making a threat, targets that are hard to kill. Maybe they're overhealed or they have a lot of protection or stuff, but the red team just doesn't have it. And he's also not getting a lot of stuff done. He misses, does like the flinch stuff. Like, this is just about the basic. This isn't about like the tricks you can do for landing constant headshots, but general rule is to not rush more than what feels natural to you. Fenrir does have some strange flicks that sometimes miss and sometimes hit. Gets a pan kill on that spy. Gonna go and rotate around while his team pushes. And we're just gonna spy check that heavy, and then our team is going to win. Not in top 3, and we hardly, like, we had basically no impact on the game whatsoever. I mean, if the enemy team is so bad that whatever your team is working and you're winning without you, you can pretty much do whatever, right? It's when you're on the losing team you start to feel the pressure as a sniper, because you have to pick up the pieces of what your teammates cannot do, and there's a limit to how much you can pick up. That's why it's called a, you know, support. Do you guys see that? Let's look at that again. So this was the classic send that shit to GPS. So witness as he goes through the teleporter and dies. What can you do to circumvent this? Well, I mean, you never use the Razorback ever, because that thing will severely limit your abilities and progression as a sniper. It's basically like setting your max skill level early, like in terms of spy awareness. But what you can do, it won't always work because you're always facing the direction of the teleporter, but you can always do a 180 or turn really quickly as you're standing on the teleporter, because sometimes that will mess up the spy's thing. So you can do that sometimes, but it doesn't always work. So here we have Rob Sand, and we didn't have that many submissions, especially not featuring the Huntsman. So if you're using the Huntsman, these are the type of locations you should use Huntsman. Indoor, corridors, low ceilings, that kind of stuff. It's great there. So this was called How to Stop a Conscious Soldier. So what you do is that you bait him first. Then you listen for the signal. Here he comes, and then you just shoot him in the face.
Easy operation.
There we go. And if you're ever gonna be like running the Huntsman for reals and be good with it, you need to use the SMG to add up for the inconsistency of your arrows. And then they just kind of go in and they capture and they win. So, as for basics, well, he didn't really do anything, but he did get the kills and he did stay in the spot where the weapon was good. I mean, he's not... We had a couple of other submissions today where people were using the Huntsman as the regular sniper rifle and were just missing 80% of the time. So if you're using the Huntsman, use it inside small corridors, etc. So this is Demonized Life. Starts off with a kill. So this is something that I've seen happen a lot with snipers, is that you start off really well, like you get a lot of kills, like, oh, he's hit every single shot. He's on a 3K, there's a heavy. Backs out of there because the heavy would have definitely killed him with his brass beaster. And then he's gonna run over here. Of course, he has the Razorback, which prevents him from getting any type of healing or spy sense whatsoever. And he goes into the middle there. Of course, the map is Turbine. That's one of the greatest sniper spots. You can just stay and watch the door and shoot people as they run out the door like that.
Easy operation.
And then you can just stay here for as long as you like. And then he's hearing that stuff is happening there. Oh, there's a spy. Oh, kills him as well. I think it was a dead ringer because I don't think he got his ammo back unless the pyro picked up the pack. I didn't see. So there we go. Going back here to the middle. So he's been doing fairly well so far. Ah, the first miss. Ah, oh. And then of course the medic dies to another sniper. Body shots a demo man. Seems a bit indecisive. So this is where I would call the panic starts to happen, where you're doing so well and then you feel like this intense pressure, like you have to keep performing the same way you have. And a lot of snipers just absolutely lose their mind and they can't handle this, so they start doing stupid shit. But, you know, getting a medic kill isn't that dumb, and now he's being pressured. If you want to pressure a sniper, just shoot at him as any class. It works really well. And then he's looking around and he gives up his great position, and now he starts going into territory where he won't be able to do as much as a sniper because of angles and stuff. So he misses the soldier, and now you can just feel the sweat. Oh, second miss shot. He's running it. Oh, fuck, we missed him again. Okay, charge up to fuck. And then he breaks up the knife just to make sure that he has it. And then the soldier's coming for him. He has the airstrike that sucks. And then he has the knife out, and then he sees a heavy, and shoots him, and then just dies. So I am not sure what happened. He was doing really well. All he had to do was not leave his spot, and then he left his spot, and then he whiffed all his shot, and then he died. So I think he failed on the part that says take your time, because it seems like he was rushing. You know, so by meaning I take your time is like don't shoot until you're pretty darn sure you can hit. There's a lot of guys that will flick shots a lot, but it's a bit willy-nilly and it's a bit gambling unless it's proper flinch shots where you're actually like. There's two ways you do a flick shot. For those of you who have seen my previous videos, and for those of you who haven't but have seen the lazy purple one. Basically, if a target is running like this, you can either like flick right to where he's running, or you can flick past him, wait until he catches up, and then shoot. So with snipers that are really, really quick, they're actually not flinching. What they're doing, they're doing this, waiting and shooting, except they're just placing it directly above their head or just straight in front. So it looks like a flinch, but to them, they're actually taking their time. But because they have been consistently taking their time for such a long time, it just looks really quick. So that is something I do not recommend flinching. But regardless, so Girardi is good, and we have Rare here, who's now not a super duper laggy man anymore. New computer will solve that problem. Playing here on Swiftwater. Good positioning in the back, taking your time. Oh, shoot. Oh, that's also a neat little trick you can do. You can crouch after shooting. After I told the Valve devs to remove the jumping out of scope, with a lot of scope jumping abuser, sniper, crouch, jump, jitter, whores were using and got mildly upset about. And are now playing Fortnite, probably. I don't know. So, and Rare here is basically having the same fate as we saw Demonized Life. Starts off really strong, and then just fumbles into craziness, like crazy mediocrity. Is that a thing? So here, all you have to do as a sniper in this position is just stay here and shoot whoever goes on the cart. That is your job. But despite being able to be really far away from our opponents, Rare takes it upon himself to push the cart. Kills the medic, Pyro comes in and he's doing one thing that I don't understand, which is turning your back towards the enemy. And that's also something for a sniper basic I would strongly advise you not to do. And do not ever turn your back against the enemy unless the enemy will lose line of sight to you when you turn your back to them. Because when you turn your back to the enemy to escape, you don't see what they are doing, which makes you
Predictable.
and them even easier to kill you because you don't see what they're doing. So I guess here he's gonna go for, you know, going around, doing a little jump over here, and he's gonna get like a sweet little headshot here. He sees the soldier hasn't seen him. Boom, nice. So here, like this demo hasn't seen you. Like he hasn't seen you. You can just charge all you want. He hasn't seen you, he has no idea. He has HiGPS and Pyro vision. His threat level is as low as you get. And he charges. And we miss. And then, oh my god, we don't have Girardi and he's right behind us. What is the demo doing right now? What is the demo doing? I don't know. There is no way of knowing. If only we were able to turn around and see what he was doing. We can see that he actually isn't even aiming at us, which means we can turn around and shoot him in the dick if we so desired, because you actually do 50 damage. So then we turn around and we turn around again and we shoot. Yeah, that's good. But thanks to the incompetence of that demo, we didn't die. It's not because we were good, it was because he was bad. It's a big difference. And I've seen even high-level snipers do this, where they just turn their backs towards the enemy and then just be like, hope he doesn't kill me while I run away. And then there's the question of high sensitivity versus low sensitivity. And everybody's got an opinion on this, and everybody, you know, sniper mains, competitive snipers, everybody got like, this is the best, you know, this is the best, this is the worst. From someone who has played both with high sense and low sense for different seasons in competitive, I can tell you that there's really no difference in your performance if you are able to utilize either of low or high sense aspects. It's all about personal preference, how much space you have on your desk, how much you're comfortable moving your hand, like your muscles, your wrists and stuff like that. Are you a hand shooter or a wrist shooter or an elbow shooter? Something like that. Hand or wrist is the same thing, by the way. So what I can say is that you gotta use the sensitivity where you feel like you can do anything. For me, I use fairly, not like super high, but I use probably a lot higher than what most sniper mains would use. I use, like DPI and stuff isn't really that simple, but I can do a 180 with my wrist pretty easily, which is important, even as a sniper. So high sensitivity is what most noobs have, because the default sensitivity is probably way too high, which allows them to turn and move around really quickly. However, they lack the finesse of actually tracing or actually hitting their targets, which makes things ideally pretty good to see enemies up close. You know, when you're getting jumped scout, especially scouts, when scouts are in your face jumping over your head, it's really easy to track them if you have high sense. If you have low sense, you kind of are setting yourself up for failure, because you only can move your hands so fast, and if the movement of the scout is higher than the movement you are able to produce with your hand with your low sense, then of course you're gonna fucking die, because you won't be able to track it. However, low sensitivity is easier on longer distances. However, if you want to be prepared for all situations, I would recommend having a sensitivity that allows you to be able to track scouts that's in your face and jumping over your head, not while in scope, because that's impossible, But, you know, like, if you're playing a heavy and you have troubles tracing scouts up close, then your sensitivity might be too low. But it's also, like, a practice thing. You gotta practice, but sensitivity isn't be-all, end-all, as many guides and tutorials will have you believe. It's actually just about your individual skill. And a skilled player can play with any sensitivity that they so desire. Just, if you want to make things hard for yourself, turn on mouse acceleration. If you want to make it easier for yourself, turn that shit off and use raw input. Other than that, it's pretty much up to you. And as you can see here with Rare, he's been doing pretty good for basics so far. He has teammates in front of him. He is working the angles. He's not overextending. He is not having the sniper mental breakdowns, which a lot of snipers have when they play for a little bit. It's like, if any one of you have ever played StarCraft, then, which is a strategy game where you can like rush opponents early or build up an economy and stuff. If you play against people who rush, they will maybe rush you and keep rushing you while you are in the state, but then the longer the game goes on, they just kind of forget how to play the game, and then you win because they don't know what to do. And there's some snipers that when they get put in a position that is out of their comfort zone, they basically never recover. They just kind of be like, well, I'm out of position, might as well run into the enemy spawn and die. But as long as you keep your basics in mind, you should be fine. So that was all the usage submitted ones. So let's look at me here. So there was no 5 CP map submitted, so I will take care of that myself. So this is just on a regular pub. I'm here by myself, like I normally am. And I'm just watching what my teammates are doing. I see there's a demo going in, so I'm gonna try with a Girardi throw, see if I can help them. You can see, all right, so my teammate's gonna push this side, so I'm gonna help with this other side here. So I have my teammates in front of me. You can see they're pushing. I see the medic. I'm like, who do I shoot? I don't know. And this is also one of the games where I hadn't played TF2 in a bit, and sniper is like one of those skills that like disappears the fastest. So I see, wrangled. I won't do jack shit damage worth of it, but if it's wrangle and the thing is watching this way, that means the engineer's probably close and stuff. So let's just wait and see if we can see. Oh, hello. Get the engineer. That is a good pick. And then we can just shoot at the sentry until he goes down. Yep, it's dead. And then helping my friend. We also have a sniper in front. And then a scout just runs right into our shot. So here we have a good overview. We're above everything, except if my main aim would have been not trash, I would have killed that heavy. And then there's another heavy and be like charging up. All right, should be enough to. Fuck! Can't. Okay, I have to back out. Back out. Grab health back. And I'm not able to get the picks that I need. I mean, I do see them. They are where they need to be for me to kill them, but I just can't do it. Which happens. Then we have a medic. And I decide not to shoot. No. Sap on the gun, we take the sentry instead. Might not have been able to get the sentry if we tried to go for the medic. So sometimes it's better to not shoot than to shoot. And there, kill the engineer again, and he has the gun, and I mean, pick your battles, man. Pick what's easy. A lot of times when I play sniper and I do really well, it's just because I've been shooting the bad guys on the other team. Not like bad in evil, but bad as in bad. Like, there are certain players who are not very impactful of how the game goes. And those are usually the ones that get killed by snipers and spies the most. You know, the pyro that's, you know, has a 230 KD, keeps just running into everything. Can't go through here, so let's try and... Like, I couldn't even hit the stationary stick, but oh shit. And then I peeked too much and I die. Ugh. Poop. Shit. Ass. So that's how that goes. Less. So... I meant yes, not less. Let's look at a more aggressive play where I still have teammates in front. This is Badwater. A lot of snipers. You can see we have some on my team. So I decided to just run up here. I can see where my teammates are at. This is a great sniper angle for bullying stuff. And there's another sniper. Sniper versus sniper. Dumbest thing ever. But if you know what you're doing, you will win most of the time, and they will be angry and call you a body shot whore or something. But in the end, they died and you lived, so who cares? heal. Let me try not to go too close. See a scout. Like, is this scout an immediate threat? No, absolutely not. This soldier, on the other hand, killed my medic. And then we throw Girardi. Who will win, GPS or this guy? The answer is, I get help from a spy, and I win. Mwah, teamwork.
Teamwork.
Yeah, that's right. So, here again, now let's see if we can distinguish low impact players and high players. So, I would say engineers, regardless, is a bit of a target because they will always have an impact nonetheless. Because, you know, mini sentries can really throw our pyros and scouts for a loop, and just the time engineers can take to build stuff can be very important. And sometimes you get killed by snipers you didn't even see, but we know where he is. So, sniper is basically, you know, it's about getting kills, of course, killing, but it's also killing the right people at the right time. I said this a lot, but what does that mean? It means that sometimes it's better to let the guy live a bit longer and then kill him than to just kill him right away. It's not often you have the luxury of this, but it's important to keep in mind if you can truly outplay someone, if you're truly inside someone's head, because you will be as a sniper, because it's probably one of the most mind-gamey classes besides spy. And if you are winning the sniper game, you can do pretty well. So this has been a game where me and Carpi have been having like a duel, and Carpi had been kicking my ass for like, I think he got me like 8 times and I got him twice, something like that. And of course, this is the time I show him. I don't show you all the times where I died to. So Girardi in the hallway there, and you can see like I don't have anything in front of me. I can't really contest this. So I just back off, and just try to shoot whoever closes in, because as a sniper you can, you know, lock down these kind of sideline. And then, all right. So that's actually a very interesting part. Let's see if we can look at that again. So here I actually took my super damn sweet time with this demo man, and we'll see exactly what I do. So I've backed up a little bit. There's the demo. I shoot him, and he backs away, and I kill him because that was the wrong demo. This pyro gets away, and then I see the medic, and I see the demo. So he goes. All right, so I miss him because I do one of those crazy flick shots, and then I see him peek, and he goes back. He peeks, and he goes back. He peeks. And he's like, he didn't shoot. I guess he's bad. And then he kind of gets I would say like, overconfident. And then this happens. Boop. So sometimes by not shooting, the enemy will think, I'm safe to go. And then you just kill them. The same goes for if you've been holding down a sniper line and you've been getting a couple of kills. If you see one of these low risk players, like, you know, the HiGPS pyros or the NGs that have no idea what they're doing, then let them live, and then the guy who's behind him is like, well, the scrub didn't die, so I guess it's safe, and then the medic piece, and you kill them, and you're like, gotcha! But then, of course, nothing can prepare you for what comes next. Random melee crits. Ugh. Make a movement about removing that from the game, won't you? Next one is titled The Power of Not Razorback.
Sniper? Hey, calling. Interested.
So this is process. Just gonna fast forward a little bit. And you can see my team composition is pretty good. We have a couple of spies, but the spies are good. And I'm now using my SMG. Just try to shoot this guy, and see that? Gotcha. Whew. That is the power of not Razorback, because the Razorback completely denies any kind of support you can get from a medic, right? So here I am, I'm shooting, and then my medic puts me right up to 185. See, I have a lot of health, and I'm shooting this guy. And this gives me so much elbow room. And this guy, we shoot each other, like he shoots me just before I shoot him, you know? And then I'm like, oh shit, and then try again, and I get the shot at him. Of course, if he had an SMG, he could have easily killed me. No, so, you know, that's the power of anything but Razorback. And so here's the important part. I haven't gotten killed by the Razorback, all right? So I've been allowed to live because of this. engagement. So what do I do with my life? We've seen this a lot where people, they survive something they should have died because of something like resistances or an uber flash or the enemy just sucking. So what's important here is that because then I would say you're theoretically dead, right? You should go back to spawn. So that means in the next 10 to 15 seconds, you have to do something that's not dying to kind of add up for fate allowing you to live. So what do I do? Well, I turn back the audio and then I kill this heavy. And then I try to shoot this demo, get distracted by this soldier. I knock him off and the soldier is weak. I know he's behind there, and then I get almost killed by this scout, and then I have to back a little bit. So, and then I die. So often you can't trick fate for too long because like the final destination thing or whatever is that you're gonna die eventually, but it's important that you make the most of the chances you're given. What I don't like seeing, which I see a lot of snipers do, is that they have one of these encounters and be like, holy shit, I almost died. Well, I better retreat, and then they die retreating. Or they spend like tons of time just zigzagging, avoiding all stuff, and then they just die. So, this is the last demo of the day of the sniper basics. I hope you have kept pointers I have given you in the back of your head. I should have died to that spy, but that spy is bad, so I can live. So how do I repay the universe from doing that? Well, I allow my demo to get killed, and my medic is dangerously close to getting beaten, but luckily Grapefruit is able to live just fine. And there's another sniper. And sniper versus sniper, of course. Don't take the one-on-one unless you're very confident you can beat the sniper. We know how this goes. I shot him in the shoulder. But I overheal. All right. Okay, so the medic. Okay, the other guy went away. Ain't no thing. It's easy when they just kind of give away their advantage. So that's what comes to like, you know, TF2 awareness, because it's a team game. It's like, oh shit, like 2v1 snipers, even with overheal, I can kill one and then the other two can just kill me, like headshot, boom, I'm dead. The one guy, he doesn't know there's a sniper behind him, so he's like, oh, well, overheal, I'm backing out. And then he kind of screws his friend over and then he dies himself shortly after. To what I see. Unfortunate. And what do I do with this life? Well, I pull off the sickest quick shot headshot. 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 Oh fuck, fell out. Body shot. Oh, okay, fine. That just headshot. And I missed. But a headshot, yeah. And another. Thank you, sir. Can I have another headshot? Yeah, he died. And then another. Fuck. What about headshot? Yeah, another headshot. Boo, 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 boo. Oh, you're dead, son. Oh, how about some SMGs in your face? Killing this. All right, so we're getting some heals back from our favorite medic. And now I'm just waiting for my teammates to go in first so I can back them up. I'm not shooting this guy. Can we get some headshots? Fuck. Maybe my headshot quota is used up. All right, so here we go. And we have a guy. I only needed to body shot him to kill him. So that was the sniper basics. Not that many submissions, but sniper is fairly it's straightforward and not at the same time. So next week, of course, is going to be the basics of spy. You can use whatever loadout you want. Just submit you doing stuff as spy, and then that will conclude the basic series. But yes, sniper basics. What I have on the list here, it says stand in the back. Your life will be so much easier if you have teammates in front of you grabbing the enemy's attention. If you're in the front, tough shit. Get kills should be your goal. If you get assists or something, but you should always try to kill people. Doesn't really matter who. You will eventually see who is worth killing and who's worth to wait with it. So it's also important to help your team. Like, who are your teammates shooting at? Are they weak? Can you just shoot them in the ass and they'll die? Do it. Will they bitch about body shots when they're dead? Probably. Will it make you feel smug? Absolutely. So yes, having someone in front of you. Of course, taking your time is important. It is important to make sure that you are not just gambling your shots, which is flicking your mouse willy-nilly. because that also has some impact on your, how to say, overall performance. Like you have snipers that will sometimes play amazing, and snipers they play, and then some other times play absolutely garbage. So then there's that.
Sniper, calling here. Think you can handle
Yes.
this?
Taking your time, and then of course locking down the sidelines, which I will see display here. Like if you have like this area down here, you have this little square here that you can use. And for the flick versus non-flick strategies, you have the flick, which is basically you just do this. Let's see if I can do a flick. Okay, let's move it here. So you see, like, depends on the wrist muscles, or you can do like this thing and wait for him to go and this. And you can also, you know, just use your movement keys to shoot. I don't recommend that. So I will show you how much I can turn from doing turning my wrist as much as I can. Because right now my wrist is like this, and then I will do like this movement, like not use my hand at all, and I'll just show you how much I turn. So I can do pretty much a 180, which means if I shoot this guy, I get stabbed by a spy, then I can turn around this fairly easily. So yeah, that was the sniper basics. I hope you learned something from it. There is a raffle description below, and of course, as I said, if I accidentally kicked you from the Discord server by being a total idiot, then be sure to rejoin the Discord in the group as well, and also stay tuned in the Steam group as well for announcements of when we do play sessions on EU, US, and Asia eventually. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next Spy Basics with some sick spy plays.